Gypsy, because I'm in a good mood, I decided to do you a favor. I'm in a generous mood today. You seem to believe that everyone was on your side until you left your fat ex-husband and we all turned on you because of Ryan. This is a list I made a year ago of all your lies, 62 of them to be exact. It used to have 63, but when I found out Ivory Rose Grows Wild or whatever is actually a fucking plant, I had to delete that lie about you doxing her because obviously that was a setup. But I'm going to do you the favor of letting you know exactly when we stopped supporting you. Here we go. You lied about being abused by your mom. You, for one, got out of prison and said you didn't identify as a murderer. That immediately made a lot of people like, ew, what the fuck? Because you didn't take accountability. That's what that said to us. Don't pay attention to the background. It's a mess from my kid's party yesterday. You said you never went to the beach. You said people didn't ask you why you didn't run away when there's multiple videos of people asking you why you didn't run away. People on The View asked you that. Joy Bayer asked you that to your face. You said you never ate sugar. That was a lie. You said you didn't have a drug problem. You stole your mom's rugs and ran away with them. And I'm willing to bet now, this is made a year ago, now, what I know after the whole brief fiasco, I guarantee you still have a rug problem. I don't think you went to the gas station for a fucking Red Bull at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, bitch. Please. You said you weren't talking to Ken while you were married. The timeline of your pregnancy proves otherwise. You said you didn't need a feeding tube. You were fucking 30 pounds at 8 years old. That little boy back there, he's 5 and he weighs way more than that. Nobody put a feeding tube in you just because your mother said so. You have a microdeletion you said that you went unscathed with, but we see that's bullshit. You said you weren't in the room when your mother, when she was passing away, but that the crime scene kind of proves that was bullshit too. You said your grandfather touched you, but you kind of romanticized it in your book. You said you were leaving social media so many times. Now remember, I made this list a year ago for your ass. You say your mother's family supports you. They don't. They're not big on social media. They talk to us. I've talked to a few of your aunts actually, and they don't like you. They just want to stay private. They're not into this. You lie about your body image. You think you have an hourglass figure and your face is a solid 6. You had to pay a computer to tell you that. Come on. You said you had 30 unnecessary surgeries. You had 4 that you needed. You said your teeth fell out because of chemo, but in your book you said it was bottle rot until you were 20. You said Dee Dee manipulated and changed doctors whenever they didn't listen to her. No, she didn't. She only had 1 or 2 doctors for you. She's not a murderer, even though she pled guilty to, yeah, I said that part. You said that your mother locked you in a shed, but the shed looked like it was done up like a nice little she shed for you to hang out in. You said it was a dirt floor. It was not. You said you changed the movie theater story in your book and said you and Nick never had schmecks in the bathroom. And then you said it, but you said it on the witness stand. You said that Nick forced you into all that BDSM and all that child stuff, but that proved to be a lie too, because we saw the text messages and now video evidence. The foyers were not out when I made this list. You lied and said you were never on a swing. Fucking why would you lie about that, of all things? You said your mom treated you like a child, but you had a cell phone, you had a laptop. You had very age-appropriate outfits. You said your mother changed you to, I forgot about this one. You said your mother changed you to the porch after you ran away with Dan, but obviously your neighbors would see that you were changed to the fucking porch. You said, oh, guys, don't forget about this. She said she didn't know about the grifting. Both her and her mom were under investigation for fraud before the crime. Gypsy committed murder, so that kind of went out the window. They had a bigger charge on her ass now. Like fraud didn't mean anything at that point. But keep that shit in mind. Her and her mother were under investigation for fraud before committing the murder. She said she was unexpectedly expecting, but she saw a fertility doctor. She said she had never had Barbie dolls. She claimed she was a victim of bullying when she can't keep herself out of fucking drama. She lied about stealing another woman's baby and said it was a fake account, even though the Lemonade account is linked to the actual TikTok account. That's hers. Oh my God. That story kind of just fucking flew out the window with this whole fake baby narrative. Remember when she stole another woman's baby pictures on Lemonade and said it wasn't her, but the Lemonade account was linked to her TikTok? Claiming that she never knew her age when she was still trying to push the fake age narrative when she was being interrogated. After the crime, you claimed to believe in Santa Claus until you got to prison. Bitch, that's my favorite one. You always claimed to be a good girl that was so innocent, but people have called you a nightmare to deal with, and you even swung on a Habitat for Humanity worker while they were getting a house built for you. You said you were going to be an advocate for prison reform. Pfft, bitch, when? When the prisons are already reformed? Said you were going to take care of Pixie, but you abandoned it to go fucking take off and bang your ex-boyfriend. You change your voice with whoever you're around. You still do that fucking weird baby voice. You are in your 30s. You lied to your parole officer about being in contact with Nick. That alone should have put your ass right back in prison. But Bree taught you how to fucking lie to a fucking parole officer. And she tried to say she never said that, but she's caught on live saying it. Gypsy, you could just make a fake Google number and say it was that. Dee Dee never had Munchausen by proxy because you can't fucking diagnose a dead woman. She said she didn't know it was a BB gun, but she told Kale Laurie that she did know it was a BB gun. She swears she didn't get Nina fired, but she did. She tells TMZ to fuck off even though she called them and has Lifetime cameras there at the same time. They are literally both part of the same media machine. I mean, the list goes on. I just named 60 fucking lies that you told in 1 year after you being out of prison that made us fucking hate you. Do I really need to continue? You said a fuck ton more lies since then, which I'm sure my lovely people can help me in the comments with that. But bitch, enough. Like, enough. You're hated for very fucking good reasons. Stop acting like you're just a good girl and you're such a victim and people just don't like you for no reason, bitch. I just gave you 60 reasons why we don't like you. But take that in, for real. Like, I seriously take that in and fucking study it. Listen to my words, bitch. I want my voice to be your motherfucking conscience. Since you don't have one. You are a liar. You are a schmurderer. You are a pedophile. You told the whole world an innocent woman deserved death. Every time you do a sliver of good for humanity, like donating money to somebody who's out of work, you have to broadcast it to TMZ. That's not a good person. Bitch, we don't give a fuck what you say. We watch what you do. Get that through your head. You had a lot of us fooled, including myself. On surface level, your story is very believable because how the fuck wouldn't it be? Like, oh my God, that's so horrible that that would happen to a young child. But then when you actually peel the fucking details back of the whole story, nothing adds up. And it shows that you're just a fucking whore that wanted to end your mother's life so you can get dick. You're nothing but a statistic that should still be in prison. If you want people to like you, start with telling the truth. Start with understanding why they don't. And from the bottom of my heart, Gypsy, I really do hope you find God. You need him more than you think.